My sister once said to me that whenever I got too close to one of my goals, I immediately moved the goalposts further away. And I think in business, you can always do more. Our goal was we started with 4 employees, and our goal was to get to 50 employees. And the goal really was not so much to make a lot of money. To me, a lot of money in those days was I wanted to own a house, I wanted to have a nice car, and I wanted to work with interesting people and do interesting things. And I thought if I could control my own environment, have a small consulting company. And Oracle started out as a software consulting company. We worked for Tandem Computer, if anyone remembers those guys. We worked for IBM. We worked for a lot of different tech companies in Silicon Valley doing contract programming, fixed price contract programming. And we did pretty well, actually. And again, the idea was just to have a small contract software company. We thought we were hotshot programmers, and we thought we could make a decent living doing just that. And quite by accident, we built a product. I think most of the only guys I have trouble with are the Google guys.
Really? So Larry and Sergey you have trouble with?
Larry specifically. I think...
Larry per se?
Yeah, Larry per se.
Why?
Because he makes the decisions over there. He runs that company. No one else runs that company. And they decided, let me be very clear, when you write a program for the Android phone, you write it, you use the Oracle tool or Oracle Java tools for everything. And at the very end, you press a button and said, convert this to Android format. We don't compete with Google. We don't do anything Google does. No. We just think they took our stuff and that was wrong. That's a completely separate issue.
But I mean, you think they're evil?
I think what they did was absolutely evil.
And you blame Larry Page?
100% Larry Page.
So if what they did is evil, that makes Larry Page evil?
No, it makes what he did evil, which is quite different. And I know his slogan is "Don't be evil."
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
And I think he slipped up this one time. But
so he's a good guy, except this one time when he...
This really bothers me. I don't see how he thinks you can just copy someone else's stuff. It really bothers me. We probably spend less money in marketing than any company our size in the world. We have a tiny marketing department, and everyone says, well, why Oracle's all about sales and marketing. We are the largest employer of MIT and Caltech engineers in the world. We are the largest employer of Stanford and Harvard and CMU mathematicians in the world. We are overwhelmingly dominated by engineering at Oracle. The idea that we are a sales and marketing company, which people will sometimes write about quite often, is ludicrous on the face of it, because all of our customers who buy Oracle already have it. And if you already have Oracle, there's nothing a salesman can tell you about how great it is to make you buy more. GE already uses it. The Defense Department already uses it. All of our customers, 98% of our sales or more, are to existing Oracle customers. If we don't have the right product, people don't buy more. Before the acquisition, we spent $3 billion a year in software engineering. The company is all about engineering. It's the only thing that works. Suddenly we'd hit a wall. We would reach $1 billion in revenue, and we were having serious management problems all over the place. And the people who were running the company, the $1 billion company, were the same people that had run the company when we were a $50 million company, 1/20th the size. And I had an incredible sense of loyalty to those people who'd worked with me to build Oracle. And it was a very painful realization in 1990 that I was going to have to change the management team, that the company had outgrown the management, that people who are good at running a $50 million company are not necessarily, those aren't the same skills. They're just different. Not one is better or worse. They're just entirely different skill set in running a $50 million company than a $1 billion company. And both skill sets are rare and precious. But we needed a different group of managers, and virtually the entire management team had to be replaced. And that means I had to ask people who I'd worked with for a decade to leave. I had to fire people. And
And that was the most difficult thing I had to do in business, asking a bunch of people to leave Oracle.
Oracle's a very competitive company, and I think there are a lot of competitive people at Oracle, and I enjoy competition. I think life is kind of a series of acts of discovery. And I think we're all interested in our limits, what we can accomplish in life, and discovering our own limits. And we might find that in sport, we might find that in business. I think we're always, looking to discover new things, and new things about each other and new things about ourselves. My objection to cloud computing is the fact that cloud computing is not only the future of computing, Eddie, it is the present, and the entire past of computing is all cloud. I mean, Salesforce.com has been around for more than a decade, and so has NetSuite. NetSuite's been around longer than Salesforce, and people are saying, well, that's cloud computing. Google's now cloud computing. Everyone's cloud computing. My objection to cloud computing was everyone simply looks around, like I've always been doing cloud computing. It's like 10 years ago, but cloud computing, the term's only 4 years old. But like everything is in the cloud now, and my objection is the absurdity.
You don't like it.
No, it's not that I don't like the idea of it's this nonsense. The guy say, oh, it's in the cloud. Well, what is that? And you say, are we dead? Yeah, we're dead. If there's no hardware or software in the cloud, we are so screwed. But it's not water vapor. All it is a computer attached to a network. What are you talking about? What do you think Google runs on?
I'll ask you another.
Did they run on water vapor? Cloud. It's databases.
How about the next question?
And operating systems and memory and microprocessors and the internet. And all of a sudden, it's none of that. It's the cloud. What are you talking about? Now, the VCs, I love the VCs. Oh, we only fund, is that cloud? Oh yeah, whoa. Microsoft Word, change internet to cloud. Mass change, give it back to these nitwits on Sand Hill Road.